To just reiterate that this breakfast is dedicated to commemorating this year's 400th anniversary of the transatlantic slave trade.
The problems of Africa are mainly endogenous within, from internal weaknesses, exploited by exogenous factors. Outsiders take advantage of our internal weaknesses. In Swahili and other Bantu dialects, there is the word kulala. Kulala means to sleep in Swahili, but also in some of the other Bantu dialects. I think in French they call it dormir. This new strong force comes on the scene. Why don't you wake up and see how to resist? Instead of fighting your neighbor, why don't you get together and you plan how to resist? You know? Integration of Africa means three issues: prosperity, strategic security, and fraternity. The African leaders, since independence, need to be careful not to share the historical condemnation like the one we heap on the pre-colonial chiefs, who for almost 400 years, certainly in the case of the Great Lakes, concentrated on rivalries among themselves, even after Vasco da Gama had passed by the East African coast. Instead of uniting our people, they were busy fighting one another with their obsequious subjects, heaping pseudo praises on them. For the last 55 years, I have been in the footsteps of Mwalimu Julius Nyerere on the issue of the East African Political Federation, the political integration of Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. The East African community has since expanded to include Rwanda, Burundi, and South Sudan. These people are specific groupings of the African peoples comprised of the Interacustrian Bantus, the Bantus of the lakes, the Interacustrian Nilotics, the Interacustrian Nilo-Hamitic, and the Interacustrian Cushitic. These groups have great similarities in dialects and also linkages among different clusters. Above all, they have the good fortune of having the detribalized dialect of Swahili. The 6 countries are working upon the issue of confederation and ultimately federation. The politically United States of East Africa, with the present population of 170 million people, which will be 878 million people by 2050, with 1 million square miles of land territory, would be equal to India in land area. Such a unit would be cohesive around Swahili as well as a center of gravity for African security. It would be capable of any tasks to defend Africa if necessary on land, at sea, or in space, since that is what others want. Europe, America, and Asia are now going toward the 4th industrial revolution, the use of intelligent machines. In Africa, we have not even gone through the 1st and the 2nd industrial revolutions, the use of steam engines and electricity. Yet, the economic and political integrations are crucial stimuli for these changes. The African leaders, therefore, need to work hard as not to share the fate of the pre-colonial tribal chiefs that let down their peoples. I thank you very much.